Or ears and stuff.
All right, we're here. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. As you can tell with my red earrings, with Melissa's hat and her red sweater, we're all festive and getting ready for the holidays. And, there's several things in the holidays that maybe we take for granted or don't think about. And one of the things that I can think about is our health, right? Especially in December. We probably eat a little bit more than normal, maybe possibly drink items that a little bit more than we shouldn't be drinking. I don't know. It goes on and on. Our days are turned around a little bit. Our work schedules are a little bit different. So I'm so happy to have Melissa here because I've worked with Melissa as my personal guided health journey coach through detoxing and some other things that I've done. And I'm happy to have her here to talk to all of you about how you can take charge of your health in 2022. So Melissa, welcome to our Member Monday Spotlight.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here and to have dialogue around this really important conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's not something we're taught, how to take responsibility for our health, how to be proactive in our health. For many of us, we're simply raised that if you get sick, you go to the doctor, they give you a pill and you get better. And unfortunately, in today's world, that system is failing us when it comes to chronic illness. We just have to look around and see all the people struggling with diabetes, heart disease, obesity, Alzheimer's, dementia, leaky gut, autoimmune diseases. I mean, some forms of cancer. It's really, that is the massive health concern in our world today.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're being sucked into a sick care system where big pharma, in order to drive shareholder profit, prioritizes you using their medication every day for the rest of your life instead of actually helping you heal.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be that way. It truly doesn't. But that comes with you recognizing that you can be empowered in your health. You can take action to be proactive and not have to get sick. Or if you get sick, to have a strong enough immune system that you bounce back quickly.
Yeah.
You can probably hear in my voice, if you know me, I'm a little congested today. Mm-hmm. On Friday, I woke up with a sore throat and it actually felt like I was swallowing glass. And I went, oh, is this strep? And I just started high dosing vitamin C. Mm-hmm. And I did that all of Friday, 1,000 milligrams every half hour for about 10 hours. So that was 20,000 in a day. I usually take 2,000 to 3,000 in a day. So that was a lot. But vitamin C is so powerful for our immune system. And it's antiviral, it's antiparasitic, it's antihistamine. So it has many benefits. And the good of it is that we can't OD on it. We're going to get to what we call bowel tolerance first, meaning you're going to get loose stool. And that tells you that you've had enough for the day. And when I got there, I stopped. And then I did it again on Saturday. And now I have a bit of a head cold. Could it have been strep? I don't know. Is this head cold going to last me very long? I doubt it, because I'm just going to keep, putting all this goodness into my body so I can get rid of it. But thankfully, I didn't need any kind of antibiotic. I didn't need to go to the doctor. I'm fine. I still have really good energy because I'm fueling my body well. Yeah. And we can all do that. And we can all notice the signs and the symptoms instead of pushing through and ignoring them, which again is something society has taught us to do. Suck it up and keep going and do more, as opposed to listening to our bodies and taking the downtime when we need it.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because there's so much that we don't realize that's happening with food today, for our health. And I remember being in one of your workshops and you talked about how an orange used to give us so much vitamin C 10 years ago, but the lack of nutrients in an orange today, that has to do with the lack of nutrients in soil, where you're getting the oranges, how they're processed, so many things, right? So and I love that you talked about how you took control of when you weren't feeling good and what you did, instead of just running to the doctor to have them prescribe you something or treat whatever's happening. They treat all the symptoms, and we have to realize that physicians can be great in certain, times in our lives, but when you're just feeling a little under the weather, or you're feeling, nasally, or congested, or whatever it may be, right? Excess, drainage. There's so much we can do for our immune systems to build up to help us get over that faster. We can't always prevent it, right? And Melissa and I have had this conversation. I'm like, I'm super healthy. I do all of this that I'm supposed to do to build my immune system. How do I wind up getting sick? But I've watched people around me lately that have gotten sick, and I bounce back so fast. And I'm right back into work. And I've seen people drag on a long time of being sick. So I think our bodies, if especially with the pandemic and us wearing masks and being away from everyone, our bodies didn't fight off the usual little viruses that were coming around. Like, we would always build up that immunity, right, to those viruses. And then when we did get back together in groups and did take off the masks, especially in certain states, in the United States, we're back to normal. People were getting sick because there was that break of being away from everyone. And then now our bodies are like, whoa, hey, I don't know how to fight this one off, right? So it's hitting us a little harder. Talk to us a little bit more about, I know you do workshops, you help educate people. Why is it important, Melissa, for us to be educated around our health? Why is that the most important piece? Because I see the quote behind you and it says health isn't everything, but without it, everything else is nothing, which is the truth. If you don't have your health, you're dead. If you're dead, it doesn't matter what you were doing, right? You're not in relationships with people. You don't have, the businesses that you were running, whatever it is in your life, you don't have that anymore, your career. So talk to us about the importance of eating healthy and having that conversation.
The reality is that everybody in this community is trying to build a business, all entrepreneurs, right? How do you do that without your health? And yet we haven't been taught how to optimize our health, how to be in control or be proactive in our health. And part of that is because it's new science. So the science of epigenetics tells us that it's not just our genes that dictate our health outcomes. And that's what we believed for the longest time. And people would go around going, I just got bad genes. That's why I'm always sick. I'm destined to breast cancer because my mother had it and my grandmother had it. All of these things we've all heard, and they're not true. And so we need to change that belief and that mindset around it, that it's actually our genes plus the environment we create inside our body, which is triggered by the lifestyle that we lead, that dictates our health outcomes. And the weighting of the environment inside our body in that equation is 90 to 95% of that equation, which means our genes are only 5 to 10% of that equation. So what happens is that environment we create inside the body, if we create a body that is clean and normal levels of inflammation, not chronic inflammation, if we have a healthy gut microbial balance, not a whole lot of bad bacteria, which can often be triggered by taking rounds and rounds of antibiotics, etc. If we create this body that's in balance, our body is far less likely to have cells trigger our genes to turn on disease. And we have so much control here, 90 to 95%. And people just need to know that, because when we know that, then we have options and we can choose to do better. And one of the greatest things we can do is to actually start a practice of detoxing. Because when we detox, we are doing exactly that. It's a complete reset for the body. We're getting the toxins out. And we've had 144,000 man-made chemical toxins introduced to our world since World War II. There's no avoiding them anymore. They're there. They're going to get inside our body, but we get to make the choice to help our body get them out. Because at that level, the body needs help getting them out. Our liver is overburdened with all the toxins and undernourished, to your point earlier about our depleted soil systems. It's not getting the nutrients to do its job fully. And when it can't get those toxins out, it simply tries to protect our bloodstream from them, and it stores them in our fat tissue.
Yeah.
So our fat tissue becomes highly toxic. But if we instead incorporate a practice of detoxing and getting those toxins out on a regular basis, we're creating a body that is inhospitable to disease. They still detox to this day in Latin America, in Asia, in Ayurvedic medicine. It's only in the Western world where we've been raised to believe if we have a shower and wash our outer body, that that's enough for good health and good hygiene. And the reality is, in today's world, it is no longer enough. We must think about our inner body and clean it as well. And so that's my starting point with all of my clients. It's a very simple, low cost entry level to starting to prioritize your health. And as I teach you how to go through the program, and it is a guided program because everybody comes to it in a different state of health. No matter how much I set you up for success, you're going to go away and start doing it and have questions that you need to have answered. And so I guide you all the way through the detox program. And then you have that knowledge for life and to share with your family and loved ones. So it's very empowering in giving you that first critical step in taking responsibility for your health.
So true. So true. And, I like the visual that you've given me that helps me a lot when you show like a trash can, right? And it's overflowing. So if we're like, okay, I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to start doing things, better and putting in healthier foods. Starting, let's say everyone does this resolution that they do January 1st, which I don't understand because it's the relationship with food and how you eat all year long, not just how I'm going to start January 1st. And by the way, that usually lasts about 1 to 2 months. And then everyone's off the wagon again, back to doing what they did before. It's a change in your relationship, but you got to empty the garbage can first. You got to get all the bad stuff out, so that you can start resetting and changing the way you do things in 2022 for sure. Let's say you're not committing to it now. I know this. Whatever we put our energy toward, whatever we concentrate on changes, right? We can change things in our bodies. We can change the way we eat, our relationship with food. We can change anything we want if we concentrate on it and put attention to it. And your health isn't anything. If you don't have your health, it's nothing. Everything, like you just said, everything in your life is nothing. So talk to us about workshops you have coming up. How can the women that are listening get involved more with a workshop or kind of understand more about connecting with you and asking you some questions personally for what they're going through in their lives? Because this is a very personal journey. It's not a one size fits all ever. It's a very personal journey for each person and modifying how you go through this journey, even it was for me. So I know people are going to want to connect with you, maybe attend something you have coming up so that they can be part of it and understand it better and get educated.
Sure. Thank you very much. So because everybody does at the beginning of the year have their goals for how they want to show up for the year, and health is generally one of them, my next health kickstart and detox program starts January the 4th. Perfect. People can find that on my website, which is yourguidedhealthjourney.com, and they can click under programs and they'll find detox programs and they will find all the information there. And that is a 4-week program. So as you said, I set people up for success, but it's a very individualized program. So I also put people on an app. So I am working with each person in the program individually, answering your specific questions and concerns. And you will have questions and you will have concerns. And when I answer them, that's what allows you to speak back to your brain and tell your brain that you've got this when it's trying to pull you off and pull you back into your comfort zone. And as a result, I have a 100% success rate of guiding people through this. Even when people tell me on day 1, this is hard, I want to quit. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. I remember talking to you, Colleen, at the end of day 2 of your fasting day, and you were like, this sucks. But then by day 4, you were like, this is amazing.
I know.
So we just
That's why we need help. Yeah.
That's why we need help. And we just have to get through those first few days to let the body do its work and clear out all the crap, literally, and have the support in getting through that, right? So that we can stick to the program and come out the other side with more energy, more mental clarity, better sleep, less pain in our joints because the inflammation levels have gone down. Yeah. So that's a really powerful program. But I also teach about nutrition and the right way to eat for your body, because what is healthy for you might not be healthy for someone else, and vice versa.
Mhm.
And then we dive into digestion, because you are what you absorb, not just what you eat. And in our stressed out world, is your digestive system turned on when you're eating? And then week 4, we dive into sugar, because let's face it, it's in everything. Where is it sneaking into your diet? And then I do a how not to detox after your detox video, and create this, to your point, as a lifestyle. This isn't do a detox once and you're good for life. The toxins are always coming in. We need to always get them out. So let's make this doable in your lifestyle moving forward. And I love hearing from past clients that have been through the program and checking in with them and saying, hey, when's your next detox? And they have a plan and they're all doing it. And it's phenomenal to see how this is rippling out into society, because the more we make this a practice, the healthier we're going to be. And everybody knows how good they feel at the end of it. And that's why they want to keep going with this as a practice.
Yeah.
So you can find all that information on my website, yourguidedhealthjourney.com. My email is simply melissa@yourguidedhealthjourney.com. If you have questions, if you would like to book a call with me in order to discuss what I offer, you can do that from my website as well. I am off now until January 4th. But if you really want to know about this and learn more, then please send me a text message, and it's 604-905-8859. Because I do have room in the program. And if you're really keen and you want to know more, I'm happy to support you.
That's great, Melissa. And we're so happy you're taking this time with your family as well. So for all of you watching this, all of her information will be in the comment section below. So you guys can click on any of those links, get to her website, come to enter her for workshops. She runs some amazing workshops. I love having her in my circle of people. She's helped so many of us with our health. Just feel better, have more energy, and change our lifestyle of, prepping our food more instead of just grabbing stuff at the last second that our bodies are craving. So thank you so much for everything you've done for me, Melissa. It's been a true gift for my health this year. And I'm going to encourage everyone out there to give themselves the gift of health in 2022. So all of her information is below, everyone. Make sure you click on it and get to know Melissa. She will be your savior when it comes to your health, I promise you. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week. If we do not see you before the holiday, for those of you celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a safe and happy time with your family. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks so much for having me, and happy holidays.